All right, we're going to begin. You will need your, this is for, well, it's actually map 5, Galilee map 5. And you're going to need regions on the run. And you're going to need your regional study guide beginning on page 28. So it actually starts with event 4. Yeah, it starts with event 4, but, or section 4, but it's just a different deal. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. This invites you to begin this way. Taking or holding the Jezreel Valley. Taking or holding the Jezreel Valley focuses our attention on the Jezreel Valley. Crossroads of the Northern Arena. Together with the Lower Galilee, this valley gathers traffic from all directions and offers a unique bridge between the coastal and Transjordanian highways. This celebrated battleground of history and its approaches is presented on the GAL map. If necessary, review the following pages in Regions on the Run to note the special part of the Jezreel Valley and the Lower Galilee play in the Northern Arena. So you're invited to pause the video here if you need to and review pages 10 through 15 of Regions on the Run, and then explore the GAL map, where it invites you to become familiar with the map before you by reading this paragraph, which includes areas that you've already mapped on your LB and your NCA maps. They want you to be aware of the key map here to let you know kind of what location we're looking at on a smaller scale. Now we're going to turn to event 12. So pause the video, read this, and then we're going to go to event 12. Thutmose's triumph. Taking Megiddo is like taking 1,000 cities. And this is where we're going to look at how the strategic location of Megiddo has been used over centuries and centuries in different wars throughout. Okay. So I encourage you to read this paragraph here. And once you have, we're going to begin with a highlighter. First, you'll take your highlighter and you will highlight the Sharon or Sharon plain. Then you'll highlight Mount Carmel. And the Jezreel Valley. Those are the areas that we're working with today. Look at the area between the 3 geographical regions. Note the highways that avoid the rougher or the darker spots on the map. Highlight the city names. Let's start with Megiddo. It's right here. This is a bird. And you have right here is Megiddo. Then Yaham. Which is, well, goodness gracious. Here we go again. Yaham and Dothan. Dothan is here. Okay. And Yaham is on the map. It's down here. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here, okay? So you can see Yaham, okay? There we go. Place yourself at Yaham and consider the various routes you could take to reach the Jezreel Valley. There's each follows a path of least resistance and ends up at a different location in the Jezreel Valley. So we're going to highlight the 3 routes across the Carmel Range. Starting with the Dothan Pass. We're going to begin to highlight south of Yaham on the edge of the map, north by Yaham, and then veer northeast of Gath along the ridge route, which uses this Iskandar uplift. So you continue the route, which drops into the Dothon Valley. You'll continue to highlight past Heifer and Barkuna to Beth Hagan. This popular pass was used for millennia by armies and traders. Now the Aruna Megiddo Pass. Go back to Yaham, highlight north past Gath and Betis, veer northeast and highlight the route via Aruna to the section just south of Megiddo. Note this follows a valley, becomes quite narrow between higher slopes and almost reaches Megiddo. This is by far the most renowned pass across the Carmel Range. Then the Jokneam Pass. Start back at Yaham, move north past Gath, then past Betis, but this time highlight north past Tel Esur and across the Shephelah, which is this, to Jokneam. Okay. This is the most direct route to Galilee's port of Akko, which is up here. And also convenient routes across Lower Galilee. Note that this route joins a valley pass coming from the port of Dor. From Tel Eser, one could also easily reach the site of Zephath, and then continue to Jokneam. So you're then invited to spend time reading on page 29, the discussion and the reading. And once you have read that half of page 30, return here with me, unpause for the marking on the Gal map. You'll need a blue marker or pen. I'm going to put a blue circle around Yaham. And then in small black caps, above the blue circle, Tutmosis counsel to decide route. Let's see. Something really thin on that one. Thutmose is trying to figure out which way he wants to go. Now a small orange box east of Tanakh. Tanakh is here. East of Tanakh, make an orange box. In small black caps, you're going to write Canaanites. Then you also need to do a small orange box east of Tel Kiri, which is right here, south of Jokneam. And here you'll also write Canaanites. And then a sweeping blue arrow from Yaham to Megiddo via Aruna. And on that, write Tutmos. Once you've done that, do a red circle around Megiddo. Now I invite you to read the discussion on page 30. Continue through this. Now we're going to go to event number 13, Sisera's strategy at Tanakh by the waters of Megiddo. You're invited to take time to consult the 4,000-year overview, read these 2 paragraphs, and when you're ready, come back and unpause for our marking on the Gal map. I'm going to begin with the highlighter. I'm going to move us a little bit further north on the map. now. Okay. We're going to begin by highlighting Lower Galilee and Upper Galilee. If you go to the Sea of Galilee or Lake Galilee and you move over here to the left, you'll begin to see some letters that are going through the Upper Galilee would be above it. Okay. Then it has us writing tribal names around the same areas that they're listed on page 14 of your Regions on the Run. So you want to consult this, and you're probably going to want to pause it a couple times as you're doing this. First, we're going to put the word Issachar. I'm putting it around right here, south of Hapharaim. Oh, it's like Isaac Har. All right. And Zebulun, if you go up to Megiddo and you go across the valley, right here where it says Shimron, this is a good place for Zebulun. Go back up to Upper Galilee, and you'll see where the U is in upper, between Akko and Upper Galilee is a good place to write Asher. The Naphtali, just go to the between Upper Galilee, Lower Galilee, right around where it says Kephar, Hananiah, Naphtali. Naphtali. Okay. Then we're going to write Manasseh, south of the Jezreel Valley. Right around where it says Iskandar Uplift is a good spot for it. All right. Very good. So now you need your blue, and we're going to do step 3, blue dot on the identifiable, unconquered Canaanite centers from Judges 1. These are the places that Joshua and his army didn't quite get to. So here we go. Start in the tribal territory of Manasseh. I'm going to go with Bet Shan first, just a blue on the city dot. Then Tanakh. Let's see. I had all these. Tanakh. Well, we know we got Megiddo. That's one of them. And Dor and Iblim. Let's see. This is your fun part where you can find them before I find them. Oh yeah, Dor is way over here on the coast. And we still need Tanakh and Iblim. Iblim is here, and Tanakh is here. There we go. So all of those cities that are Canaanite centers. And then up in Asher, we want to do Tel Akko over here on the coast, Afek, which is south of Tel Akko, and Rahab, which is right here. There's a little triangle of these 3 cities. Now, grab your highlighter. We're going to highlight Hazor, middle of the map, over to the right. Right under the word topic, you'll find Hazor. And then it says to draw a blue box around your highlight. It wants to make sure you don't mix colors. Now we're going to highlight the routes. So, begin with Megiddo. We're going to go all the way to Hazor, but we're going to go via Afula, okay, Endor, Lubia, straight up north, Arbela, to the northeast, Chinnereth, continue northeast, and then straight north to Hazor. There's one route. Now from the Dothan Pass by Berkana right here, Berkana, we're going to go to Beth Shan via Jezreel. So Jezreel's here, Beth Shan's here. So we're going to travel up, and then we're going to travel down. Very good. Now we're going to go from Jokneam to Hazor via Bethlehem of Galilee. So we're going to go Bethlehem from Jokneam northeast to Bethlehem of Galilee. This is not the Bethlehem where Jesus was born. And then Hanathon, up a little bit more. Then we go east to Turin, not like Shroud of Turin, that's different. And Mashkana, and then connect right here. All right. Then from Tel Akko to Hanathon, so from here down there, and then highlight from Berkana down here to Tanakh, Megiddo, Jokneam, and then all the way up to Tel Akko. Now I invite you to take some time and read Judges chapter 4, verse 1 through chapter 5, verse 31. And when you have finished, we will come right back and pick back up at step 6, marking on the Gal map. So go ahead and do that and push pause, and then when you're ready, return. Okay, so this point it talks about the Kishon stream. Now the Kishon stream is going to be right here. And it says follow it, but it doesn't say trace it. It says optional to trace it with a light blue pen. We're not going to do that, but we'll see that this Kishon stream makes a way all the way to Afula right here. In step 7 is to take black caps, and right here, along the branch of the Kishon, north of Afula, write Kishon Spring. However, works best for you. Now we're going to do Sisera mobilizes in small black caps southeast of Megiddo. Sisera mobilizes. Now it says circle Sisera mobilizes in blue. Step 10, sweeping blue arrow from the blue circle by Megiddo along the road of Afula, stopping short of the elevation mark of 121 meters or 397 feet. That's a little specific. Here we go. Ready? It's right here, so we're going to stop just short of that. All right? And in small black caps, you're going to write Sisera's advance. Sisera's advance. Now, get your highlighter out. We're going to highlight some stuff in here. We're going to highlight Mount Tabor. So right here where you just ended, go up here to the northeast. Mount Tabor. Then the Oak in Zaananim. If you go from Mount Tabor over to the east, you'll see Beth Shemesh, and then Oak in Zaananim. There we go. And then you'll also find a town called Kadesh Naphtali. Kadesh Naphtali is right on the Sea of Galilee, down here, Kadesh Naphtali. Now at that same elevation marker, you're going to do a confrontation mark right here. And a green broken circle around Mount Tabor. And small black caps to the east of Mount Tabor. We should write Deborah, Barak, and Israelites. You can use the stacking letters. And then you're going to do sweeping green arrows, one near the dot of Dabarita to the confrontation, okay? And another at the southern side of Mount Tabor, right here, to the same thing. So just real short ones right there. Then you're going to do short blue flight arrows from the confrontation to southeast of Endor, and then east to Oak of Zanaim. So we're going to go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And those are going to have, I'm going to write Sisera's flight right here. Great. Okay, now I encourage you to do the discussion on page 32 at the bottom. And pick back up at 33. And when you're ready, unpause. We're going to make some additional highlighting. Okay, we're going to go from Hanathon to Lower Golan via Adami Nebek, Jabneel, Ubadiah, Afek Fik, and northwest off the map. So, first, we're going to start at Hanathon, which I am looking to identify. Again, Afek Fik, Ubadiah, and then we've got Jabneel and and Hanathon right here. Okay, so this is going to go this way towards towards Jabneel, and then towards Ubadiah, and then it's going to go up and around to Fik, and then all the way off the map. Push pause and do that. And then the next one, if you're ready, is from Beth Shan to the Lower Gilead, which is down here. And you're going to go from Beth Shan via Ephron, which is right here, via Ephron, to Beth Arbel, and off the map where it says to Bashan. Then we're going to go from Beth Shan to Upper Gilead, which is actually south of, it's just higher mountains. And we're going to go from there via Pella and Jabesh Gilead, and then off the map. And then finally, we're going to go from Beth Shan to Tel Akko via Shunem. So from Beth Shan up north to Shunem, to Sarid, to Shimron, and to Shepharim, and then off the map. You will need to fast forward it about 1 minute. Now we'll continue. Hope you've had time to read this overview from Megiddo. It's a few pages long, but we're going to go to page 34 now. I'm going to trace the story of Gideon. So first, your highlighter. Going to look and find where Canaanites, Tanakh, the word Ophrah. Go ahead and highlight that. Harod Spring, which if you take Canaanites and you go over to Jezreel, look southeast of Jezreel, you'll see Harod Spring. And then the Hill of Moreh. The Hill of Moreh is straight north of that. Okay? Now, take your marker and in small black caps by Harod Spring, write the word Gideon. Once you've written that, circle his name in green. Now, where you did Hill of Moreh, you'll see the towns Nain and Neoron. Between the two, I'd like you to write the words Midianites. And once you've done that, circle it in blue. When you're ready, a sweeping green arrow from Gideon to the Hill of Moreh. Then a red confrontation mark a little north of the blue Midianite circle. Then blue flight and green chase arrows from that southeast site of Rehob and continuing towards Abel Beth Mahola. All right, let's see where we're at here. Abel Beth Mahola. Oh, I just had this. It's just a lot. Oh, there we go. Okay. So blue flight and green chase arrows southeast towards Rehob, then Abel Beth Mahola. So blue flight. Okay. And green chase. Okay. Now I invite you to pause and then continue to read on page 34. Continuing on to read on page 35 and 36. And at that point, you have successfully completed map number 5, the Galilee map. Next map we'll do will be map number 4, which is the SCA map.